Welcome back to Giant Discovery, where today we witness the raw power and unyielding beauty of nature in the African wilderness. The Serengeti stretches endlessly, a vast golden canvas that hosts the greatest migration of large mammals recorded anywhere on our planet. Here, millions of wildebeest and zebras gather, driven by an ancient instinct to follow the rains in search of fresh grazing. They are not alone in this journey, as zebras join the ranks, their striped coats creating a mesmerizing pattern against the herd. The ground trembles beneath them, a rhythmic drumbeat of hooves that signals the beginning of a treacherous and necessary pilgrimage north. Dark clouds gather ominously on the horizon, a visual warning that the dry season is approaching and water will soon vanish. Leaders emerge naturally from the chaos, guiding the massive group towards the scent of rain and the promise of green pastures. Day after day, they march relentlessly, a biological tide sweeping across the landscape, consuming everything in its path to survive properly. Fatigue begins to set in, but there is no time to rest when survival depends on keeping pace with the main group. They navigate through sparse woodlands, where shadows can hide predators, and every rustle in the bushes could mean an instant death. Predators are always watching, their presence felt even when unseen, shadowing the migration and waiting for the weak to fall behind. The landscape turns unforgiving and dry, testing the endurance of even the strongest animals as they push forward against the elements. From above, the scale is unimaginable, a living organism made of millions of individuals, all moving with a singular, driving purpose. Their calls echo across the plains, a constant communication that keeps mothers with calves and maintains the cohesion of the group. In the distance, the Mara River awaits, a winding barrier of water that represents both life and the ultimate test of survival. As the water comes into view, the pace slows. Instinctive fear ripples through the herd as they realize what lies ahead now. The river is swollen and treacherous, its murky brown waters hiding currents that can sweep away even the strongest of swimmers. They gather on the steep banks, a massive congregation of nervous energy, waiting for the first brave soul to take the plunge. Beneath the surface, ancient reptiles stir. Giant crocodiles have waited all year for this specific moment of abundance to finally arrive. Tension mounts as the animals push forward. The pressure from the back of the herd forces those at the front closer. From their perspective, the river looks like an impossible divide, a wide chasm separating them from the lush green grass beyond. Confusion reigns on the banks. A calf loses its mother in the crushing crowd, its cries lost in the deafening noise. Adrenaline pumps through their veins. They know they must cross to survive, yet the danger of the water holds them back. The geography is against them. Steep, slippery banks make the descent perilous, turning the river's edge into a dangerous vertical drop. Every eye is fixed on the water. The collective anxiety is palpable, a silent energy that charges the air with electricity. A few brave zebras approach to drink, testing the waters. Their caution is a lesson learned from generations of deadly crossings. The river seems calm, but this silence is a deception. Under the murky surface, the river lords are gathering for the feast. Suddenly, the stalemate breaks. One bold leap triggers a chain reaction, and the first wave of animals plunges into the depths. Chaos erupts instantly. Driven by mob mentality, hundreds follow suit, transforming the quiet riverbank into a scene of absolute pandemonium. From below, the water churns with activity. It is a desperate race against time, current, and the predators that lie in wait. The splash of entry acts as a dinner bell. Massive crocodiles mobilize, gliding effortlessly through the water toward their struggling prey. Nature's trap snaps shut. With terrifying speed, jaws open wide, targeting the most vulnerable swimmers in the chaotic river crossing. A sudden thrash, a gasp for air, and then silence. The river claims its first victim, a grim toll for the migration. Despite the danger, the flow of animals does not stop. They form a living bridge, driven by an overpowering instinct to cross. Panic spreads like a virus. Zebras swim with wild eyes, witnessing the fate of their neighbors, but unable to turn back now. Luck plays a huge role here. A missed snap of the jaws grants one animal a second chance at life today. The current is a silent killer. It separates the young from their mothers, dragging them downstream, away from the safety of numbers. Heartbreak unfolds in seconds. A mother looks back, but the relentless pressure of the herd forces her to abandon her offspring. The predators work with chilling efficiency. They congregate in the deep channels, creating a gauntlet that every animal must pass through. It is a clash of textures and eras. Ancient armored scales meet soft fur in a violent collision of evolution and survival. In moments of desperation, incredible feats occur. A wildebeest leaps clear over a predator, defying the odds in a spectacular display. The river becomes a soup of silt and struggle. Thousands of heads bob in the current, gasping for air amidst the turmoil. The noise is deafening. The splashing of water drowns out individual cries, creating a roaring wall of sound that fills the valley. Reaching the other side is not the end. The exit points are steep and muddy, creating a bottleneck that traps many. A crush develops at the exit. Panic rises as animals pile up, desperate to find a foothold on the slippery clay. Tragedy strikes on dry land, too. The sheer weight of the herd crushes those unfortunate enough to slip at the critical moment. One by one, they breach the summit. A zebra shakes off the water, exhausted but alive, gazing back at the inferno below. Their bodies are pushed to the limit. Muscles strain against gravity and mud, fueled only by the primal will to keep living. The feeding frenzy continues in the water. A crocodile performs a death roll, a brutal maneuver designed to incapacitate large prey quickly. The scent of blood travels fast. More reptiles join the feast, turning this section of the river into a grotesque banquet. Amidst the slaughter, miracles happen. A small calf drifts unnoticed by the predators, washing up on a quiet patch of sand. The drive to migrate overrides fear. Despite the carnage visible to them, the rear of the herd continues to push forward. This is not an isolated incident. Up and down the river, at various crossing points, the same dramatic struggle is playing out. The African sun beats down relentlessly. Steam rises from the wet bodies of the survivors, adding a mystical quality to the scene. On the far bank, the air is filled with calls. Families try to reunite in the confusion, seeking familiar scents and sounds. A reunion takes place. Against all odds, mother and calf find each other, sharing a brief moment of tenderness in the wild. But for many, the wait is in vain. A mother stares blankly at the rushing water, slowly realizing her loss is permanent. The river takes its toll. The bodies of the fallen begin to pile up, providing a feast for the scavengers gathering above. Nothing in nature goes to waste. Vultures descend from the heavens, fulfilling their crucial role in the ecosystem's cycle of life. But the danger is not over yet. For those who survive the water, a different kind of threat waits in the tall grass. Golden eyes watch from the shadows. The lions know that the animals emerging from the river are exhausted and slow to react. The pride works with strategic precision. They position themselves at the choke points, turning the riverbank into a calculated ambush zone. There is no time to catch a breath. An exhausted wildebeest stumbles onto land, only to be met by claws and teeth. The chase is short and brutal. With energy reserves depleted from the swim, the prey stands little chance against the rested hunters. Panic flares once again. The survivors scatter instantly, their instinct for self-preservation driving them away from the scene of the kill. The king arrives to claim his due. A massive male lion steps out, his dominance unquestioned as he approaches the fresh kill. It is a violent, necessary feast. This protein will fuel the pride, feeding cubs and ensuring the survival of the next generation. Even the cubs join in. For them, this migration is a time of plenty, a critical period of growth and learning. Back at the river, the drama continues unabated. The loss of life is tragic, but insignificant to the survival of the species. Beyond the carnage lies salvation. Thousands have made it across, rewarded with the lush, nutrient-rich grasses of the Mara Triangle. The contrast is striking. Just meters away from the death-filled river, life flourishes in peace, a testament to nature's resilience. The resilience of youth is amazing. Calves that nearly drowned minutes ago now frolic in the grass, celebrating their survival. Other river residents watch with indifference. Hippos guard their territories, annoyed by the disturbance but largely ignoring the passing parade. Giants walk among the chaos. Elephants pass by with majestic calm, their immense size granting them immunity from the river's dangers. As the midday sun climbs high, the heat becomes intense. The frantic pace slows as animals seek refuge under acacia trees. It is a time for recovery. They rest and ruminate, converting the hard-won grass into the energy needed for the next leg. Symbiosis creates unlikely partners. Oxpeckers ride the tired animals, cleaning wounds and removing ticks in a mutually beneficial arrangement. The herd disperses like ink in water. They spread out across the plains, transforming the empty landscape into a teeming city. Other hunters take note. A cheetah scans the horizon, looking for stragglers or the injured who cannot keep up with the group. Speed becomes the weapon. The cheetah launches a lightning-fast attack, a blur of motion designed to outrun the fastest prey. Agility saves the day. A sharp turn throws the predator off balance, allowing the young antelope to rejoin the safety of the herd. As the afternoon wears on, the light softens. The harshness of the day fades into a golden glow that warms the soul. The pace slows as evening approaches. The herd begins to settle, instinctively bunching together for protection against the terrors of the night. Ancient sentinels watch over them. The silhouettes of baobab trees stand against the sky, silent witnesses to millions of migrations past. The sun dips low, a burning red sphere touching the horizon. It marks the end of one chapter in this endless journey. The soundtrack of the savannah changes. The roar of the river is replaced by the rhythmic chirping of millions of insects. Sleep is light and fitful. Even in rest, their senses remain tuned to the environment, ready to flee at a moment's notice. Night brings a new set of dangers. Glowing eyes reflect the moonlight, betraying the presence of nocturnal hunters prowling in the dark. A chilling sound pierces the night. The manic laughter of hyenas echoes, a reminder that the struggle for survival continues 24 hours. Dawn breaks, bringing fresh hope. A thick blanket of mist rolls over the river, shrouding the aftermath of yesterday's chaotic crossing. The scavengers are full. Vultures wait patiently in the trees for the thermal currents to lift them back into the sky. The river flows on, indifferent. It has claimed its toll, and now returns to a deceptive calm, waiting for the next wave. The survivors push north. They leave the river behind, their eyes set firmly on the rich grazing grounds of the Masai Mara. The landscape transforms. The brown dust gives way to rolling green hills, a paradise that rewards those who endured the journey. The young have grown stronger. Having survived the gauntlet, the calves are now tougher, wiser, and better prepared for the future. Joy returns to the herd. Zebras roll in the dust and grass, a playful ritual that helps shed the stress of survival. The rains finally arrive. Gentle drops wash away the dust and blood, renewing the land and quenching the thirst of millions. They stand still, soaking it in. The urgency fades, replaced by a collective sigh of relief as the life-giving water falls. Life responds instantly. Fresh shoots of green grass emerge, providing the essential nutrients needed to nurse the young and rebuild strength. The cycle begins anew. With food plentiful, the focus shifts to reproduction, ensuring that the next generation will be ready next year. Competition turns to dominance. Males clash horns in dusty duels, fighting for the right to pass on their genes to the future. It is a test of fitness. Only the strongest males will sire the next generation, keeping the herd genetically robust and resilient. New life is already growing. Within months, thousands of calves will be born, replenishing the numbers lost to the river and predators. The Masai Mara is transformed. What was once empty is now a vibrant tapestry of life, sustaining the largest migration on Earth. Humans watch in awe. We are mere spectators to this ancient rhythm, privileged to witness a phenomenon that has occurred for millennia. We try to capture the moment, but no camera can fully convey the sheer scale, the noise, and the spirit of this event. The river holds its secrets. It remains a silent monument to the struggle, its banks marked by the passage of millions of hooves. Bones bleach in the sun. They serve as a grim reminder that in the wild, death is the price paid for life. From death comes life. The nutrients from the fallen return to the soil, nourishing the very grass that feeds the survivors. The sky belongs to the free. Birds soar on the thermals, watching over a world where nature's laws are the only laws that matter. Wisdom guides the giants. The elephants move on, their ancient memories holding the maps of the land and the secrets of survival. The journey never truly ends. Even as they graze, the instinct to move remains. preparing them for the eventual return to the south. Under the canopy of stars, the Serengeti sleeps. The Milky Way stretches above, a cosmic roof over the greatest show on Earth. The wind whispers through the grass. It tells the ancient story of this land, a tale of struggle, triumph, and eternal balance. Seasons come and go, the land changes from dust to emerald green and back again, driving the endless cycle of the migration. We have witnessed incredible bravery. From the chaotic river crossings to the silent stalk of the lion, nature has shown its full power. It is a story written in their eyes. We see fear, determination, and love, emotions that connect us to these wild creatures. The legacy continues. As long as the rains fall and the grass grows, the herds will march, and the cycle will endure. Like the solitary acacia, life here is resilient. It withstands the harshness of the climate and the brutality of the food chain. From the heavens, they are one. Individual struggles fade away, revealing the migration as a single, breathing entity moving across the planet. A new day dawns. The sun rises on a land that has seen millions of years of history, promising a future just as wild. It is a privilege to witness this. The Great Migration is not just a movement of animals. It is the heartbeat of Africa. As we leave the Mara, we carry with us the images of struggle and survival, a reminder of the preciousness of life. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. At Giant Discovery, we are dedicated to bringing the world's wonders to you. If you were moved by this story, please subscribe and share. Your support helps us continue to document our amazing planet. Don't miss our next adventure. Click on the videos on your screen to explore more hidden corners of the natural world. We extend our gratitude to the conservationists who work tirelessly to protect these lands and ensure the migration continues forever. Until next time, keep exploring. This is Giant Discovery, signing off from the wild heart of Africa. Goodbye, and see you soon.